What's up guys, Spin Firearms here, and we are back with something that fits the channel perfectly. One, it's an FN, knowing one of my favorite carry firearms of all time was made by FN, and I still have it, the FN 503. And two, it is a micro compact. Now, here's the thing. Many people are going to say, oh, they are late to the game, right? How many firearms have we heard that are late to the game that have all been absolutely amazing? Plenty of them. So it's all relative. If it's late to the game for you and you're not going to carry it for that reason, then fine, so be it. No need to watch the video. But if this could potentially be an option that outweighs your P365, or you're just getting into carry, or you want something else instead of the Shield Plus, or you want something smaller than your compact, this is a great way to go. I can already tell you. I've dry fired it. I actually haven't fired it live, but at the range I've held it. I've, like I said, dry fired it, looked through the sights. This thing is awesome, and I can already tell this is going to be a top 5 carry rotation for me, and especially because of the issues with my Canik Meta MC9 that I'm having. This will definitely be replacing it. Trust me, my Canik is going to be nowhere in my carry rotation for a while. But the FN Reflex, let's get into it. But before that, hit the like button, drop a comment down below. Tell me what you carried, what kind of ammo you carried, what kind of holster. Tell me what you want to see next on the channel. Anyways, guys, the FN Reflex, let's check it out. And I'm going to explain a couple things to you guys. I did not get it cut for an optic. I am somebody who is not massive about all this extra stuff. Now, do I like having customized firearms? Yes, I do. Do I like optics? Yes. But on a firearm that is this small and something that's going to be a light, everyday carry option for me, I don't really see a use for an optic, and I'll tell you why. I got this right here, so it came with, I believe that's a 15 round mag, and we're going to make sure clear. Oh, it slides like butter too. And an 11 round mag, so very similar in size to the Springfield Army Hellcat, which we will be doing that review and comparison video very soon here. But here's the thing. This package right here, 2 mags, that's normal. The FN Reflex, great quality, great texturing, we'll go over all of that. But was $500, $499, right? How can you beat that? But then if you get the Optics Ready version, it's now an extra $100, so that's about $600. Now by the time you get an optic that everyone won't say is a budget piece of crap optic from China on your firearm, you're going to be sitting in an $800, $900 firearm. What if you simply just wanted a $500 firearm that goes bang every time you need it, and that chances are you will never, ever, ever, ever use an optic, let alone your actual sights in a self-defense encounter. Especially with a firearm this small, you're not going to be shooting at long range distance with optics and so on. So in my opinion, when I have a light carry like this, a small firearm, even though I do have them on one of my Springfields, stuff like that, I do like to keep it like this. And it also helps keep the value down, or the price down, right? So you can afford maybe $100 more of ammo, or whatever the case may be. Anyways, firearms cleared. This right here is the 15 round mag. Super ergonomic. Now, reminds me of the Hellcat a lot. It just feels like this back strap is a little flatter, but maybe there is a back strap in there. We'll get into that. And then with the 11 round mag, I wear size large gloves at work. You can get almost full 3-finger contact for people who like that. So once again, just like the Hellcat with, oh sorry, this is the 11 round mag. With the 11 round mag, you can get almost full 3-finger contact. Now, I believe it's the exact same with the Hellcat as one of my go-tos, but I usually carry with a 13 in the Hellcat. But this thing is very small enough to go in your pocket, big enough to shoot accurately. Let's get into that trigger. First thing I noticed when I actually let's get into it. What I thought of it when I first held it. When I first held it, I said, okay, this is a ergonomic firearm for its size, of course, for its size. But it's very similar to the Hellcat in look, design, grip angle, overall size and width, just overall surface area of this grip. It feels like a Hellcat. And then you feel that trigger, and you go, oh my goodness. They just destroyed the Hellcat's trigger, right? Now, the Hellcat's my favorite Micro 9. Then comes the Shield Plus. A lot of people don't like the Hellcat trigger. A lot of people love the Shield Plus trigger, which I can understand both arguments. But this is somewhere in between. This is a very nice, clean and crisp. It's not as light as the Shield Plus, not as short, actually pretty long, but still just very crisp, very predictable. And I'll show you that first trigger pull. but it just feels good. It feels natural, and that's what's very important. Sometimes you can have a really, really nice trigger that just doesn't feel the greatest. Next up was the texturing. I realized the texturing is better on the Hellcat, but the texturing on something like this is just, it's good. You don't have to add grips, but if you want to add grips, it would work out. But they did a really good job making it not too abrasive. It's not going to scratch you up, not going to cause any rashes. It's just going to feel good. Next thing you notice is its FN quality. My FN 503 is the single stack version, basically. It's a little thicker, like wider this way, wider this way. It's more built like a tank. This is more built like a traditional Micro 9. So this, in my opinion, is not going to be as tough and durable as something like an FN 503, even though FN is a very, very durable company, so you can trust this thing with your life. You also notice the finish. The finish is really, really good, and my FN 503 has the best finish out of any firearm I've ever had because I've put it through the most, and it's just lasted and held up and did a great job. Even though it got worn down, the way it looked while worn down was actually pretty cool, pretty battle worn, that whole sort of thing. Also, you have a rail, something my favorite firearm, the Glock 26, does not have, so you're going to have some light options, right? This is a great package for $500. This is a perfectly placed firearm. This is something well worth it. And on top of that, one thing I didn't mention is you can throw the flush base plate to save you some room. That'll still keep it at 11 rounds, but maybe make pocket carrying, or, you know, let's say you're riding your bike or going on a walk, a little easier. Let's see what else is in here real quick, just in case I missed anything. Oh, wait. Sorry, guys. I did miss something. But another thing I like from FN is they don't give you that plastic box that Glock gives you, right? They just give you a good cardboard box. It looks nice. It's presentable. It's sellable. But you're also not adding $5 or $10 to the price of your firearm just from giving us that. And do we need really a new bore cleaner and all this new stuff every time? No, we don't. Is it nice for the first time? Yes. But most people who get into firearms eventually need to go out, purchase a cleaning kit, get used to their cleaning kits, get used to when they're used too much and they need to buy new ones, and not just rely on the Glock, the stuff from Glock. I feel like that's just markup stuff from Glock to add to a price. If I had to give this firearm a rating on a scale of 10, let's go over a couple things. Finish, I would say 9 out of 10. It could be a little better, but it is FN, and so far I've had great luck. Ergonomics, for the size of being a Micro 9, are a 9 out of 10. These are better ergonomics than the MC9 for my hands, right? I wear size large gloves, better ergonomics, even with that 11 round mag with the pinky extension, right? Now, when it comes to overall texture, I would give it 7.5 out of 10. The Shield Plus and the Hellcat have better texture. Even the SIG's got better texture, but it's still pretty decent. How low it sits in your hands? It sits pretty low. Like I said, it's very similar to the Hellcat. Maybe an 8 out of 10. But overall, oh yeah, trigger. The biggest thing for a lot of people. The trigger, I'm going to give a 9 out of 10. I like this trigger better than the Canic trigger. I'm not going to lie. A longer trigger sometimes isn't a worse trigger. A heavier trigger sometimes isn't a worse trigger. It all depends on what you prefer and what you'd be comfortable with in a self-defense or adrenaline encounter. And then also we will rate these sights. They are beautiful. Now the rear sights are not night sights, only the front. So you'd have a blacked out rear with a tritium front sight, but that is your sight picture. Those are going to be better than any Glock sights. Do I like them better than the Hellcat? I'd say they're about even with the Hellcat. That comes with the U-notch rear sight with the tritium front, but still looks great. What more can you ask for? FN is a reliable company. Yes, are they years behind the P365, the Hellcat, and so on? Yes, but does that mean that this could potentially not be as good, or if not better? No, not at all. This has a high potential to be much better, and this is definitely going to be climbing spots in my preferred everyday carry. This is the perfect time to pick it up too right now, because I believe they are having a magazine event as well. If you get one, you get like 2 extra magazines if you sign up within 60 days or whatever the case may be. And for summer, this is perfect. The finish on a firearm in the summer is a big thing because you're going to be sweating, especially a small firearm like this. Hopefully you're going to the park, taking your kids to do some activities, going on walks, whatever the case may be. You're going to be sweating, so you want that thing to hold up and last. And this thing is just exactly what I would have predicted coming from FN. So super excited. And honestly, it just makes me more disappointed in my Canic. You guys can say whatever you want, but when it comes to my Canic MC9, there's no reason in my mind why you would buy the Canic over the FN Reflex for $75 difference. This firearm is smaller, more concealable. It's probably going to be more snappy, but I'm telling you, the overall quality for $75 more, it doesn't even compare. Hope you guys enjoyed. Follow-up reviews to come, size comparisons to come. Thanks for watching.